Yeah. What up, what up, what up? I won't be doing no talking. I just went to the dentist today. You know, yeah, it's a lot going on with my mouth. It hurts. But I'm going to do this for y'all, though. I'm only doing this for the ones who want to, you know, rock it and watch it on my page. I think you should. She cooking on this live. I ain't even gonna lie. She live right now, but if you didn't catch the beginning, I'm gonna run it from the beginning. I don't want to have to keep explaining, so see if I can get any of my mods in here. So somebody be like, where he at? Why he not talking? I ain't used to him not saying that. We reached 2K too, by the way. Damn. And I went to the dentist. I can't celebrate it like I want to, but we at 2K. Salute to the Stand on the Media family. Wow. This really hurts. But I'll take this pain for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Twisted Meeks. Twist by Meeks. There it go. Hey, Queen. Salute. So, I'm not going to do no talking. I'm going to just she's live right now. Gigi is live. I don't know if you heard me yesterday, but I went to the dentist today. Oh, and it hurts right now. But I wanted to give a live. I wanted to go live and stream this content because she is cooking in this video. And for the people that wanted to watch it, support her and support me, I'm going to run it on my channel. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor though, if you stay. If someone says, hey, where's Stand on the Media at? I'm just going to mute up and let this content play. So I can, you know, let my mouth heal. Oh, man. This girl is cooking though. I ain't gonna lie. I was laying there in pain till she went live. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, but hey, God is good. Life is good. You know what I'm saying? I could be 7 feet the other way. You know what I'm saying? 6 to 7 of them. So I'll take Daffy Duck any day over that. Oh, you know what? Twist by Meeks. Let me give you I'm very liberal with my the moderator wrenches, and it's not because they don't mean nothing to me or anything like that, but I just feel if somebody pulls up and shows me support consistently, they deserve to get a mod. You know? Because I appreciate that. With great strength comes responsibility. Man. Okay, I got done with that. Let me go over here and do what I just said I'm going to do. Give you a mind. Oh, did I turn it on? Hold on. Make sure. Gotta make sure we getting paid, of course. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, this shit bugging now. Here we go, there we go. Yeah, that's on. Yo. Twist by Meeks is about to be the new moderator. We gonna turn this, we gonna turn this off. We ain't gonna run this CS to Bizac because I see a few people in here. If I sound like I got punched in my mouth, I didn't. But the dentist did something to me. Yeah, so welcome to Stand on the Media. Bro, I'll be brief. I'm just going to play the content. I went to the dentist today. My mouth really hurts. I need to shut the hell up, put an ice pack on it and let it heal. But I wanted to bring this content to you, to the people who wanted to support Gigi and support me at the same time. We're going to run it from the beginning while she's live right now. And I'm going to just let it go. To the people that's sitting here, oh, you were just catching up on the last video? Now I got another one for you. For the people that's in here that are mods that stay to listen, if people in the chat say we're stand on the media, can you just do me a favor and just let them know that I'm gonna be out of commission because I went to the dentist today. So I'm gonna just put it on mute and let it play and run the content. I think she's cooking in this video, and a lot of things is being exposed, and I just had to bring it. I just had to bring it to the people, and you know. Everybody don't need to react. She doing a damn good job doing what she doing. I don't think I can add to anything she's saying anyway, so I don't need to do no fucking reaction. She doing a damn good job exposing these suckers on her own. Sucker and succotash. I know Sherm wanted me to say that. Sucker and succotash. I know Sherm, you that type of dude. Like I hope he say sucker and succotash. I know you do. I know. Trying to make fun of a brother. You know what I'm saying? Smoke a blunt. I can't smoke. I got I smoked cigarettes. I already smoked too. They told me not to smoke because it may cause dry sockets. And they were like, you don't want that. And I said, you know what, dentist? You're right. No cigarettes for me. As soon as I got in that car, I was trying hard to puff that motherfucker, but my face was so puffed. My face was so puffed. The stuff is starting to come down now. They gave me some Percocets, but I didn't have time to pick them up. So I got to go get them. But right now I'm just trying to deal with the pain without it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how them perks get. You know what I'm saying? You know how them Percocets be percolating. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no smoking. Man, he said for a week. That nigga said for a week. I said, nigga, do you have some nicotine patches around this bitch? What you talking about? For a week? Nigga, smoking when I walk out this door. Straight up. Nah, let me shut up. To the youngins out there, listen to your dentist, please. Cause you really don't. I did that before, though. I did when I was younger. I didn't listen. And I had a couple of teeth removed. And I smoked, and I had that dry socket shit he was talking about, and that was the worst pain I ever felt in my life. And it could have been easily avoided if I just didn't smoke sucker and succotash. I know you keep telling me to say it, Sherm. I know I can read your brain. Your brain is saying every time you end a sentence, say sucker and succotash. Nigga, you not funny. Yeah, you not funny. Bruh. Yeah, you not funny. I can't even blow my nose because it hurt. I was eating Jell-O, and that shit felt so good. Man, it was so good. It was soothing. Well, anyway, we're gonna play this content, man. I need to shut the F up forever. What they got you on? What they got? Yeah, no, they prescribed me perks, but I didn't have time to pick them up. Yeah, I didn't have time to pick them up, so I'm gonna pick them up a little later today. So, or I'll probably just have a wife do it, pick them up. But I'm on that Tylenol ibuprofen though. You know what I'm saying? You know, them two that don't do absolutely nothing, and they gave me an antibiotic that don't do nothing. And I had to eat something, and that shit was the worst. Yep, I did that live. We personal over here. We don't hide shit over here. Everything is we an open book over here. Yeah, no, I can only eat soft stuff, and I tried to eat the chicken noodle soup. The only thing that was soft in that shit was the carrots and the celery. I don't know why they call that Progresso chicken soft. See, never mind. I was gonna say something real disrespectful. Let me not do that. Bruh. Let me not do that. I was gonna take a shot at the wife. I got a great wife. Even though we going our separate ways. My best friend. Really it is. But anyway, man, we're gonna get to the content. I don't know if y'all already been watching it, but I ran it back to the beginning, so those who haven't yet can catch it from the beginning. But she is cooking. I was lazy on the thumbnail, I admit it. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, I do everything on my own, so you know, it happens that way. Make beans and cornbread. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that definitely sounds good. But what I'm gonna do is lay my ass down in the bed and imagine that I'm eating beans and cornbread. Shit, because I don't even feel like doing nothing. But just chilling. I don't even know why I keep laughing. Slime Ball TV, Sucker and Succotash. Slime Ball, I went to the dentist today. That's why I sound like one of them characters, bro. I went to the dentist. And even though I shouldn't be on here right now, I said I'm gonna bring this for the people. For the people. Everybody says that now. We doing this for the people. But we really do. Alright, man. Salute to Gigi for the content though, man. Look, Gigi, she's a dangerous one, man. In a good way. You know? She is what the Tyler Perry movies was all about. You know what I'm saying? Scorn women. You know, all them Tyler Perry movies about a woman that didn't had enough, and you turn her into an enemy, and that's the worst mistake. See, this is who Tyler Perry was trying to warn us niggas about. And then when she get on bullshit, as she should, then we looking like, oh no, she going too far. We don't want to play tit for tat. Shut the fuck up, act. For nigga tic tac your face. Tit for tat. Man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like she said, you play with my daughter, I'm taking you to hell. I don't disagree with any of that. Does Ack have any kids, by the way? I know he has some dogs. But that don't count. Play with my kids, we going to hell. Me and you, gasoline draws, one way. If I make it back, I'll figure it out when I get there. How about that? But I fully plan on being on a one-way trip to hell with you. Stop playing. I'm with this queen on that. Stop playing with me about my kids. Y'all played with me and my kids, my daughter, for years, for fame and clout. Now it ain't fun when that rabbit got the gun. That message from Charisse, I don't know if you haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna give one spoiler, then I ain't gonna say nothing else. I swear to God. Shit, that message from Charisse Mills talking about she's done, she's over it. You know, she is waving the white flag, tapping out. That's what I'm talking about, man. Don't play this game if you ain't ready to go all the way. That's what I'm talking about. People let that clout get to their fucking head. And by the way, we're at 2,000 subscribers that stand on the media. We made it. Yes. All right. Let's get to it.
Get the relevancy that they've been bragging about forever. You know what I'm saying? Getting into it, you know what I'm saying, with people over this nigga, who she knows is a habitual liar by now. I mean, come on, y'all. And let me tell y'all, okay, she tired of it. Them lion lips, okay?
Yeah, I got that stuff too. Twisted
tired.
Me.
These lion lips.
I think I'm supposed to wait till tomorrow to do it though.
Tired of loose cannon. Oh, and baby, when you do the filters, it be messing up the whole thing. So you can't be doing the filters. But these lion lips is tired. You know what I'm saying? Tired. And I'm sure she's getting a lot of backlash. You know what I'm saying? Because it's out now, right? We have already shown that these lips lie. They just lie. She lied on my daughter. She lied on myself. She's lied on her 2 Rolls Royces and her nail salons and Airbnbs and McDonald's and every other lie she's ever told. You know, out there trying to shit on people, talking about, oh, my kids got more money than you. And when my husband get out this and this, just going up big. Like she just Big Willie. You know what I'm saying? Shitting on little people like me. Like we just not shit. And she just all that. Remember that, y'all? Remember these lion lips that we all heard her say? You know, see, she did her research and called the court, and she knows for a fact that we're not married and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Should we do a replay of these lips lies? Should we do a replay of these lips and their lies? The lies that they tell. I don't know what that is right there, but you know, messing with Luce, who knows what it is, child? I don't know. You don't know. Luce Lips is out here acting a crazy fool. I'm sure he was, you know, going everywhere, doing everything, because she had just had a baby, so we know she was at home. Who knows what he was bringing back? We don't know. because you know clearly he's just crazy person. But you know, the lion lips, you know, because I don't call people out of their name, but these are just lion lips. Just lion lips. Lion lips. And I think that's a respectful term, given she didn't give my daughter any respect. But it's okay. We are still classy over here. We don't call people names, but it's not a name when you just call them the lion lips. These are just lion lips for no reason. Just lion for no reason, y'all. Just lion Lucy lips. Loose coochie and lion lips. But yeah, so let's run through a little replay before I show you guys the receipt. Okay, let's go through a little replay real quick, just of these lion lips and the lies that she has told.
That receipt. Let's get that receipt.
In the situation she's in, which proves the receipts, why she's sending the receipts. You know, we get why I'm about to show you why she's saying all this, because of the backlash she's getting, because we have now exposed these lion lips. You know what I'm saying? We exposed them. So let's dive right in.
What's your biggest record that you've produced? Bodak Yellow with Cardi B.
Imagine bringing in the new year with your husband, planning to have a child through IVF, just to later know that he's willing to sell his soul for the one thing he wanted most, fame. Not only did he sell his soul, but he recruited someone that was willing to go along with him and sacrifice the one person he was supposed to love and protect.
A daughter that you don't take care of. Stop with the bullshit. Stop with the public lies and embarrassment. Just sign the damn papers legally so your daughter could go on with her life. I've been asking you to.
Hey, listen, hold on, Gigi, listen. I'll take care of his daughter, okay? My name is Levels. You could tap in with me up here. I'm a man.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Listen, I didn't even. I told him when I filed for divorce, I didn't ask for no child support.
Listen,
I asked for nothing. I told him, Jermaine, I said I will recoup all rights.
There's no point.
What you want to fight for? We're trying to handle a family matter. We're not fighting.
You have a fake wedding.
I don't even know this bitch. I don't even know this bitch like that. This bitch is crazy.
Question you asked, right, about the marriage. If we have a legal case going on against this crazy bitch, she has filed 2 separate marriage licenses with a fraudulent signature. Yes. I'm gonna tell you, the first marriage certificate, it's not an actual wet marriage, because during COVID, right, you go and you sign up and get a marriage certificate, but then you have to go and actually get ordained by the judge. It was closed, so they never did it, right? Let me tell you why. He did it to get his ex jealous or mad or some shit. Listen, it's all petty shit.
I'll
Whatever
send you the
fuck
receipts
happens
of us at the glass chapel.
Shut the fuck up. Let me finish talking,
I'll
baby.
send you the receipts.
Send it through Gigi Boo. Send it through Gigi Boo.
Like I was saying, she did if you call the court, they have 2 separate marriage licenses. This bitch, shut up. This bitch went and got married with some other person with a fraudulent signature, and we have actually a lawyer.
To me was that, oh, well, that ain't got nothing to do with this. You knew he was a married man who just had a baby. We lived together in the house that your daughter came to. She didn't take Kenneth. I gave him, because when I called you on the phone and your daughter, I said she can have him. I said just make sure he signs these divorce papers. You went to the house, you saw the baby crib and all those clothes and all those wig heads in the house that you were in. You knew he didn't live there by himself. I sent you the lease agreement with my name on it with his as a rental. So don't sit up here and try to play innocent victim now because your daughter's being exposed. It's okay. She can be with the married man, because I gave him to her when I called and told you that and your daughter that. There is no nothing. But what you and your daughter aren't going to do is going to disrespect my fucking kid. Just like you ride for yours, I ride for mine too. So now if your daughter would have had the respect and not crossed that line and brought her ass to the hospital, when it's okay that your niggas fucking with another bitch. Marriages end. I get that. That's fine. I didn't give a fuck about that. But know your fucking place. That your daughter knew that nigga for 3 weeks before she brought her ass to the fucking hospital and attacked me at my hospital where my daughter was. I didn't go to her. I didn't go to you. I didn't do none of that. Your daughter inserted herself in family business that had nothing to do with her. Me and your daughter could have been cool. She could have been played stepmama. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. But bitch, when you cross my daughter, just like you in here going for yours, I'm going for mine too. Your daughter should have knew her fucking place, shut the fuck up, and left it between me and him. She inserted herself.
This is good ass content. Shut the fuck up.
She should have shut the fuck up and stayed in her place. She didn't have to come in the hospital room. She could have waited in the waiting room. I don't got no problem with that. I don't got no problem getting nobody. But your daughter inserted herself. That's why she has all this backlash. And then, of course, as you know by now, Cannon is a habitual fucking liar and got your daughter in some shit that she can't get out of. You can't argue receipts. I don't care how much you manipulate, try to twist it. It's public record. And I am still his legal wife. And until he signs these rights for the daughter that he abandoned, that you and your daughter don't seem to give a fuck about, then ain't shit until I sign shit.
So as you guys can see, you know what I'm saying? Just the lying lips, just lying lips, just lie, 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 lie after lie after lie. Just lie. The lying lips for no reason, dragging me, dragging my daughter all over the internet, just making up these lies, literally. And now you guys wonder why I'm dropping this ether. Did you not hear me send out warnings to her mama, to her, I made it very clear. I don't play when it comes to my kid. I mean, dang, I don't know how that didn't come across. That was straight to the point. I told you don't play when it comes to my child, but these lips kept it going. They kept it going. And then after you keep it going, like, let's make it make sense. Then you do this. It don't make sense. Why are you jumping ship so soon? Luce, like, it don't make sense. You jumping ship? Lying lips? I think on the next phone call, you need to have a talk with Cannon and have someone else run this content shit, because I really am tired of all this. I'm not trying to be with anyone. And truth be told, he has gotten me into so much bullshit with his ex-bitch. That is just crazy. I'm not the start of anything, so please stop with that narrative. You keep jumping to conclusions when all it takes is a conversation. If you're upset about something instead of whatever. Like, girl, you are ready to jump ship. You can't jump ship now. You were sitting right along with them, dragging that innocent child and my name through the mud with a smile on your face. So now you ready to jump ship? That don't even make sense. How you gonna abandon the nigga that you said y'all what you mean? You ready to quit already? You know what I'm saying? You said you paying everybody bills on the internet because y'all the relevant ones. And now you about to abandon him? No. Don't leave now. Don't leave now. You cannot leave now, boo. You cannot leave now. When he was on here dragging my daughter's name and you're lying, and now because the truth is exposed and people are actually listening to the truth that you think people didn't care about, just because you don't care about kids and lying, and now you want to try to jump ship and send out help, SOS? Girl, no. Come back on in here. We're going to reel you back in. Oh, no. Oh, no. You did this dragging my daughter's name for 2 years. And you think I had my channel for what, 6 days? You finna jump ship in 6 days? Baby, no. And if you feel like this, Miss Lion Lips, why have you not issued a public apology to my daughter for lying about her, knowing you knew the truth from the whole time? You know what I'm saying? Lying about me, smutting my name, making up lies, calling CPS, implicating me in false robberies, getting false restraining orders. The list goes on. And if you think that I'm going to let this go until you issue a public apology on every platform that you disrespected my child on, I'm telling you right now, this is another smoke warning. I got something coming for you. Oh boy, do I got something for y'all coming up. I got something special for you. So my advice, you know what I'm saying, before my new special guest comes onto the show, and we start dropping bombs and ether bombs, and we start just blowing stuff up, you know, I'm hoping that my daughter gets the respect that she should have got from the beginning. We ain't even talking about me, because I ain't asking about apology from me. But that innocent little girl, I want you to go on the same tour you and Luce Coochie went on, disrespecting her, lying about her, and I want a public apology. And if that doesn't happen, this ether tour is going to continue. I'm going to do, it's going to be some Magic Mike type stuff. I'm going to start breakdancing in motherfuckers, for real. So today, let you guys know, I got a special phone call from one of Loose Lips right here, one of their IBM members. And we will be having this IBM member as a special guest. And they will just be, you know, letting us in on all the lies, manipulation, the games, the violence, the everything. They are gonna expose Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills for the lying, manipulating people that they are. And yeah, we are going to have something very special. This person has a lot to say. They were there through the Black China thing, through the For Us By Us network thing, you know, with everything. So we're going to hear, and Charisse might want to tune into this, is especially for you, because you get to hear what Luce Cannon was saying to his homeboys about you when you weren't around. So that's some good insight for you too, because I'd want to know. You know, it's kind of like you get to be the fly on the wall and actually hear what the conversation was. How important and special is that? He is not a current IBM gang member anymore. No, he is not. But I can tell you that it comes with receipts. It comes with our very special sips. So, and you guys have seen him. I'm just not gonna, you know, I want it to be a surprise. Like I said, I want to drop them ether bombs. I want it to be a surprise, just like it was a surprise that Miss Charisse decided to do a world tour and lie about my child. I want this to be a surprise too. You know what I'm saying? I want to surprise everybody. I want everybody to be shocked and surprised. So, you know, that's going to be coming up. So that's a very, very special guest that I can't wait to get on my show. You know, get on this world tour we're going on so we could hear everything. But yeah, I don't know why Miss Charisse wants to jump ship now and wants to try to bow out, you know what I'm saying? But that's not a good look. That's not a good look, because you were just on there saying, Miss Charisse, excuse me, that the real wife is the one that's sucking and doing this and that. Let me see if I can find that, because that was just like 2 weeks ago you went and posted that, taking more jabs at me and my child, which is what made me do this now. So I find it odd, you guys, that we are seeing her texting people for SOSs. I really just find that really odd, because it's like you were just not two weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? You was all game. You was ready to roll. So now it's like you don't want to do the content. You don't want to be with nobody. Like we're having self-reflections now. Like, why are we having self-reflections? But let's just replay what she posted before this, right? Before this, you know what I'm saying? You remember she on her in her church dress and that good Sunday service that she be doing with that wine with the ghetto ice in it, like the ghetto person that she is. She was on there just popping it, right? This was on a good. Let's look at one of her good Sunday services. Let's look at one of this good Sunday service. Let's check out what she had to say on one of her good church Sunday services, y'all. Let's play.
We've been doing interviews and all type of shit. I've been saying.
Doing the most. It's like, yo, move on already. Who gives a shit? Listen, if he beat your ass, he beat your ass. Move on. If he married you, he married you. Get a divorce. If you got a baby show, okay, get some fucking child support. I don't give a shit. Bitch, move the fuck on already. Move on.
How long you and Luce been together?
Shit, with 2022.
Oh, so 2022. So
you
still
for 6 months of probation or whatever. Girl, you could have been got a divorce. I don't want to hear the dumb shit. It's a fake marriage. Whether it's real or fake, I don't give a shit. He's not with you. Where he is he's in this household. He's taking care of me, licking this pussy, fucking this ass, all that. Move on. Like, seriously. She sounds crazy to me right now. Who gives a shit? Who's the real wife? The one in the fucking house is sucking his dick, bitch. That's who's the real motherfucking wife. The one who's taking care of him and his bill and all that shit. That's who's the real wife. The one who's taking care of his other child supports. That bitch, you still ain't fucking filed for child support. How the fuck you coming after him for some child and you ain't filed no child support? You ain't taking a paternity test. I don't give a shit how the baby look. Listen, she's beautiful. I'll be stepmama. I love children. Okay. Best believe I will take care of that baby girl. But don't come for nobody if you have proved not a goddamn thing. Don't come for nobody if you're not moving the fuck on. Get a fucking divorce already if you fucking married. I am done with this shit. She's trolling, going on a whole world tour of interviews, talking all this crap. Shit if he beat your ass.
Yeah, so she's saying that her and Luce is still married right now.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't give a shit. Okay, cool. Move on.
But wait a minute, y'all. Didn't you not just hear her say they had a lawyer and it was false and it was fake and she called the court and yada, 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 and she did all that? Did we not just all hear those lying lips? Like, come on, y'all. Like, girl, is you okay, sis? Like, and now you want to jump ship?
Move the fuck on, bitch. I am done. I'm tired of this nonsense. She needs to move the fuck on. It's not making or breaking me. It's not making or breaking him. So I think the only person making or breaking is you. Move on. Ain't nobody give a shit. And mind you, she's been doing this before I met my husband. She did it with Black China. Go on media and say, put in Black China, Jasmine, whatever the fuck, Adams, and you will see my husband cheated on me with Black China. She did the same thing. She's delusional. She needs to go back to the fucking loony hospital and go somewhere and leave me the fuck alone. I got a restraining order on her ass because she broke into her motherfucking crib.
Okay, you guys hear this, right? You hear the lies. You see what I'm saying? It can only take so much. Episode 1 and 2 have already exposed these lies she's telling. And this was like 2 weeks ago, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Somebody could, Pearl, confirm that with me. I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe this was just literally like a couple weeks ago. Literally. Still going on with the lies. Like, she big mad. I've already showed the text message to you guys in real time. You guys already saw what Luce Cannon had to say about her. But yet, she's telling me for me to move on. Man, I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot.
She broke into this. She keeps hacking all his emails up to this day. She's crazy.
Oh, damn. So there's a lot going on behind the scene. All right. Well, I got to ask one more because with you and Luce.
You guys see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So we get to that, right? And now, this is where we are today. Like, girl, you going so big. You big, move on. Move on. Get over it. Like, damn, I'm sucking this dick and getting in my eyes. And now you talking about you just want to be by yourself. Girl, come on, child. This is crazy, y'all. I cannot make it up. I cannot make it up. Now she says she don't care if it's just a piece of paper. Now from all that dragging she did, now it's, I don't care if he's married. Go get a divorce. Now she's telling me to go get a divorce. Like, did you not hear me begging for one in the first recording? And then she came out and called me a liar? Like, make it make sense. You see the delusions, the manipulation, the mental illness with these people? It's a real mental illness going on. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. And everybody wonders why I'm doing what I'm doing. Can you imagine? I wasn't dropping no receipts and none of this stuff that I'm doing now, right? This is 2 years of this bullying, harassment, slander, defamation. 2 years I went through this shit. Okay? Mind you, during this time, I had left Luce Cannon and with nothing, starting over from scratch. So imagine your mental health and you still not saying nothing. I never pulled up to her. I never did none of that, as you heard. And now you want to sit up here and talk about you leaving the nigga? You want to be by yourself? Like, what? Please, how does it make sense, y'all? Make it make sense. That don't make no type of sense. So you tell me you did all this for this nigga, right? You went on multiple platforms lying about PNB Rock, about all these Rolls Royces you had, all these cribs, all this subways. You was talking about letting him implicate himself in crimes. You sitting over there talking about, yeah, because my husband, he gonna do something. He gonna do something when he find out. And I know he's a killer. He's a shooter. You doing all that, dragging your own self. Now you want to try to blame it on, oh, I just can't take it because he got me in this bullshit. Girl, he ain't got you in nothing. You got yourself in this bullshit. This what happens when you go around and you do the devil's work. God spins that block and you just thought it wasn't going to come back on you. So you can't jump ship now. Now you want to jump ship. You just did this interview a couple weeks ago, again, talking about my child, which you shouldn't have did. I warned you. And I told you, you and Luce, I said, you keep talking about my child. I told your mama that. I told you that. And here you guys go again on a tour talking about my child again. And now it's up. I'm blowing the lid off this whole internet bullshit. I'm dropping receipt after receipt after receipt. I'm going to interview your daddy if I can. I'm going to get anybody ever to expose you to for the demons that you are. The lying, manipulating, the sitting here laughing at Luce Cannon beating on me. You think it's funny, but we just went over your paperwork yesterday and you getting beat too. So that's the teapot calling the kettle black. Who just sits there laughing at somebody getting beat on an interview while bashing their child? Like, just the evilness, you know what I'm saying? The lion lips is ready to jump ship already. That just don't make no sense, y'all. But anyways, I know, okay, I'm gonna start answering some questions, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got any questions for today? That's all we wanted to show you for today. Because I'm gonna go live later tonight, do the video we talked about, and I'm gonna put a little movie together for y'all so you can just see all the lies that they have told from the time that they have made their appearance. And it'll just be like snippets. We ain't gonna do like a whole hours and hours long because they told so many, but we're gonna put together just so those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, this internet scam that Charisse and Luce was going around playing and had everybody locked in at, and we just gonna go through all their little lies that they did. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Charisse was strung out by his dick. Yeah, she clearly said that. Feds don't have conjugal visits. I've never been to the feds, so I do not know. But yeah, foul as hell. She couldn't get conjugal visits even if they did have it because they're not legally married. Now, with that being said, they could have still went and got married, but that would be a crime and their marriage would be null and void if that was the case. Because I really honestly do not know if they did or did not. But like I said, oh my goodness, y'all. Dang, my team is good. Pearl, you are so awesome. Got some oh my goodness, y'all. Should I do it now? Should I show y'all now what I got? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I should just give this to you. Dang. Charisse, you in trouble. Like, man, you done rubbed people so much the wrong way with these lies and stuff that you did. This is crazy. Y'all gonna want to see this. Hold on, y'all. Share, like, subscribe this video. This about to blow your socks off. Hold on, let me just do this. Let me just text this person and let them know that this will be kept private. My team does not expose anybody, so hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, let's talk about this right here. Hold on. Oh, this is bad, y'all. This is gonna go show. Hold on. This is gonna show even more of just the lying stuff that they do to manipulate y'all to believe that they are some good people. And with that church dress sermon she be trying to put on front, and playing with Jesus ain't gonna get you nowhere. I'll tell you that right now. All that playing with God. So somebody just sent my team an email. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's put this up here on the screen. They got an email from, shout out to, let me see who sent them this email. So let's see who blessed us with this nice email. Oh, this is why you don't piss people off. So I guess Charisse has got into it with somebody, or with Whack. So shout out I guess he's got a team of people on Clubhouse. So shout out to 100 Side of Clubhouse and the Exposers for emailing my team this. That's why you don't create enemies. You see why you gotta be. This is why women should not get in dick shit. Then you just open yourself up to a whole world of bullshit. Anyways, okay. So you guys know that on Sunday service, I guess Charisse and Luce Cannon claimed, right, that they had got Dirk to do an interview, and Luce was like, oh, I'm cool with Dirk, and made this whole melee, right? Because I remember that thing going viral that he got Dirk this interview. So let's see. Let's add this to the stage, y'all. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I got all of them. Hold on. Let me make sure I got all of them. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure I show y'all. Hold on. Let me just make sure. I got to make sure, y'all. Got to make sure. Oh, crap. All right. So you guys remember how they got Dirk on academics, right? And they was like, oh yeah, we got Dirk on academics and all this stuff. And Charisse, I believe Charisse was the one who called in academics, right? And was acting like, oh, my husband made this happen. We got we got Dirk coming on here to do an interview. So let's read this together. My good peoples. All right. So it says, facts. These folks delusional on God. Please let Whack know he thought he was talking to Act. He did not know he was being recorded. So little Dirk had no clue he was even being recorded. They recorded this man without his knowledge. He thought he was talking to academics. He had no clue that this was being recorded for content. Just like he said, he didn't want to talk to nobody, but since it was Act and he thought Buddy told him he didn't want to talk to him, he went on ahead and talked to him. He don't know anything about that lady. Talking about Charisse, supposed to be interviewing him. That is crazy. He even did that. I got you, System of that Whack. No, now y'all don't think he know how to call Act on his own? Damn. So they ran a play on Dirk. Charisse and Luce Cannon run a play on Dirk. And I know it's true because I remember that everybody saying that Dirk was not doing interviews. As you can see in the text message, this person confirmed it and said Dirk said he didn't want to do interviews. But since it was act, he said, okay. And he's like, do you guys don't, anybody who fell for it, that Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills actually put this together, he's like, y'all, this is Dirk. You think Dirk don't got a line on AK? Like, come on now. You think they need loose lips and lion lips to line that up? Like, that's some real shit. So shout out to whoever this is. Again, shout out to the Exposer team who sent that email to my team, Pearl. So I appreciate y'all very much because the world needs to know that for sure. Because I remember everybody going on and talking about, oh yeah, Luce Cannon, all the haters, the writers, everybody for Luce Cannon was like, oh, but he got Dirk and they came through and all that. They set that play up cold. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't want to cause no trouble while he's in there. We trying to get him home. You know, I would have been cursed that nigga. Oh, he would have went up. They would have went up. They would have cussed that nigga out, but they don't want to make waves because they trying to get Dirk home. So now Dirk gets played by Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills, and he can't even do nothing because he's trying to come home. Y'all, I can't make this up. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. The lies and manipulation. The lies. You said Wack called Gigi a bitch. I heard it myself. I don't care. Y'all act like words hurt me. Who cares? I already told you I don't know Wack from a can of paint. I've never met that man a day in my life. And opinions are like assholes. See, that's one thing you guys can't do to me is I'm not in that dick and pussy shit. Like, you can't come and tell me Adam talked about me or this or what. Now, when you tell me Wack called my baby a bitch, then come talk to me about something. But I don't care about what somebody say about me. Okay. Maybe he thinks I am. Like, okay. Y'all can't play. See, y'all can only do that with these men on here that want to go back and forth. I'm a real woman. Let me explain to you. I don't need no fillers. No, I don't need no this, that. I am very comfortable with who I am. Can't nobody even like, come on now. I went through so much with Luce Cannon. Man, it done made me a motherfucking warrior. I'm telling you, can't nothing nobody say or do to me to break me down, to make me feel a certain way, or to stop me from keep doing what I'm doing. Can't nobody, not Wack, nobody. You can tell me Wack said, fuck Gigi, she's a bitch, but I don't care. Only them niggas care about shit like that. You think that fazed me? I don't care. Until Wack says it to my face, I don't care. So if you guys, all that stuff in the chat, you keep everybody want to talk about, I don't, like I said, I've said it and I'll say it for the last time. I'm gonna say this one more time only. Wack does not contact me about Luce Cannon. I've said it. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I'll be like, man, Wack called me. I told you that when I hit up Wack and sent him the message, he was coming at me for Luce Cannon. Me and him going at it low key. And I'm asking him the same thing. Why are you riding so hard for this nigga? I swear. Y'all go ask Wack that. Ask him. Go ask him. Tell him to show the text message of him talking about something. Well, I'll get a lawyer for him. And da-da-da-da-da. That's why I'm like, to me, it looked like a genuine friendship. That's the only reason why I hit up Wack 600 and IBM to get them the message to leave me and my daughter's name alone. So let's just make that clear. So I don't know. Clearly, it was not a genuine friendship on Charisse and them end because they just saying fuck you and whatever they saying to him and whatever. I don't, like I said, I don't get in dick and pussy shit. I stay in my place as a woman, and that's a man. I don't go back and forth. But anyways, so as you can see, they got, you know what? Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna expose the text messages so y'all can shut this down about this whole Wack thinking that I know. I've never met this man a day in my life. Let me show our text messages. I will show that tonight. That's gonna be the first thing we knock off, and then we're gonna go over the rest. But I'm gonna get the text messages and show our text messages so you guys can see how hard Wack was going for Cannon again, which I confronted him about that too. I talked to everybody the same way. Wack was no different because he was going hard for Cannon. I thought that was like they were genuine friends. And you can confirm this with Wack. When you heard me on that Clubhouse thing, that was Wack and Levels and Wolf, Troyav's girl's room. I told Wack then, you going so hard for this nigga, he's gonna burn you. Ask Wack what I told him. I told him then, you see, all y'all sitting up here riding for this nigga, believing this bullcrap him and Charisse are staying on this clubhouse is gonna come back to bite you, but that's cool. They was all against me, or, you know, believing Luce Cannon and whatnot. And I guess everybody should have listened to me now. So as you can see, y'all go ahead and take a screenshot of this, share this, man, do a reaction to this, share this. This is the type of stuff I am talking about. The plays that they do. Now, to set a nigga up while he's that vulnerable because they know he can't do nothing about it is really, really messed up. They know that Dirt is not going to react back because you fighting trying to come home to your own family, right? You find out two people that lined you up for content, what really could Dirt do? As you can see, you know, his people like, you know, I would have been and cussed this bitch out, but what can they do? Anything, the feds and everybody, only Charisse and them like to do stuff for content. Don't nobody else want to get the feds no other reason to keep them locked up. That's just them two weirdos. Nobody want to do that. Get Wack on here. Wack y'all, all you got to do is Wack get on here. Get on here. Because he know I was telling the truth on the Clubhouse interview y'all saw. That's the first time I even spoke any words to that man when I was talking on that show. I don't know that man from a can of paint. And as y'all see, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to play because it's very long. That's why I didn't play the whole Clubhouse thing. But Wack was over there going for him then. So, man, you got to see. He said, please hate Wack with the squad mad right now. But that's the thing. See, I'm not a follower, baby. I don't know that man. I'm not about, I don't follow the masses. Gigi does what Gigi does. This is why Gigi stays in her own lane. This is why Gigi has a beautiful life, because just because somebody hates somebody, that's not gonna mean I'm gonna hate this person. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't happen that way. I don't do people like that. You know what I'm saying? I do not do people like that. I don't get involved with that. I don't know that man. I don't sit up there and be having pillow talking with that man or nothing. So whatever he does, it does not affect my life. But I'm not about to join no train about hating nobody that I don't even know. Y'all want me to hate somebody I don't even know? That would look crazy. Now that would make me look crazy. Over here hating for a man I don't even know is insane. Like, who does that? Then I would just look as crazy as Luce and Charisse. I'm over here going hard and at it over a man, and he gonna drag me like, bitch, I don't even know you. I ain't never seen you a day. That would be delusional. So y'all will act and want me to get up here and act crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. That's ridiculous. But let's get back to the point that, you know what I'm saying? You said you don't want to talk about them mods. What's a nod? Oh, nods? R&B sent loose. Nudes. R&B sent loose. How can I talk about? I don't know anything about nudes that R&B sent loose. Where's the receipts? You know me, I'm all about receipts like this right here. This is what I'm into right here. So one thing about me is I'll talk about anything y'all want to talk about with receipts, but I'm not about to sit up here and say R&B sent Luce Cannon nudes without the receipts. Where's the video? Send it to me. I'll talk about it if I can see it. But if who is saying that? Please don't tell me something. Anything Luce Cannon is saying, I need to see receipts so I can send it to my forensic psychologist to make sure that it's authentic. If Luce is sending anything. So let me send it to my forensic psychologist first. And then I'm going to say anything. Big Gigi, has anyone told that fool to stop talking reckless on a recorded Fed line? I mean, hey, they want to keep talking on a recorded line. That's their business. I mean, but to line Dirk up and bring him into it because you know he's in a vulnerable place. You know what I'm saying? Gigi, for the record, Luce Cannon get an uncircumcised what? Stream being Peter. I mean, you heard me say it on there. And like I said, listen to me. I do not start anything. I've said this on many of my lives. You can go back and play them. I don't start shit, but I will finish it. So if you're going to sit up there and bash my child and talk, I'm going to come for you too. You think I'm just going to sit there while he's sitting there lying on me and my kid on Clubhouse, and especially with Troy Ave and all them got a big platform, and think I'm not going to, like, that don't even make sense. Y'all, of course, anybody going to do that. Yeah, I need the receipts. Somebody send me the receipts. You send me some receipts and we're going to talk about it all day long. I will talk about anything with some receipts. But one thing I'm not going to do with this channel is about exposing the truth. I'm not here to expose lies for the masses, for content. I'm not doing that. So if you come with some receipts, I authenticate the receipts and they true, then it's up. You know, you got screen records, you got this, you know, you send me a video of R&B nudity, I will definitely talk about it. Ain't nobody, if it's the truth, absolutely. But you're talking about something Luce Cannon said, who we know is a proven liar. He just ran a play on everybody on the internet, because I seen half of y'all talking about it and sharing it. And I actually seen people who were against Luce Cannon say, oh, well, I mean, he did get Little Dirk on there. Yeah, behind his back, he got him recorded. He didn't even know Charisse was even on the phone. He just said, I don't even know that lady. Like he said, y'all don't think that Dirk has a line on act? This is Little Dirk we're talking about. That would be like comparing Little Dirk to Luce Cannon. You really think it took Slow Coach, it took him to connect Ack and Little Dirk? That don't even make sense. So everybody should have known it was a play. Everybody should have known it was a setup. I'm sure it crossed some people's mind, though. I know it had to have crossed some people's mind. I guess probably people didn't, you know, people just give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to give Cannon the benefit of the doubt all the time. So, but clearly you could see that he had no clue. And his peoples is saying, we can't even do nothing about it, because guess what? We trying to get my nigga home. We can't even press the nigga or the B. I'm not going to disrespect a woman or, you know, or a man. So I'm going to say B, because I'm not going to say the bad word, but we can't press them. So the fact that, like I said, they took advantage of Little Dirk, didn't tell him he was being recorded him, put it on their channel, and acted like they set the whole thing up, which is insane. So I want to make sure y'all can read this good receipt, you know what I'm saying? And out of respect for the person that was having the conversation, I'm not going to share that person's name. So anytime you guys send me stuff, and you know what I'm saying, I will not, like, if you don't want me to share, like, you know, you said it or you exposing something, I won't do that, which is why, like, you know, if you want to come on the platform and you don't want your face to be seen, I'm going to respect that. So as you guys see, let's read it out loud together. Facts, these folks delusional on God. Please let Wack know he thought he was talking to Ack. He did not know he was being recorded. Just like he said, he didn't want to talk to nobody, which I know, we all know that's true, right? Because everybody was going around trying to get an interview with Dirk, and Dirk was like, I don't want to talk to nobody, blah, blah, blah. So we all know that part is true for sure. But since it was Ack, he thought Buddy told him he didn't want to talk to him. He went on ahead and talked to him. He don't know nothing about that lady supposed to be interviewing him. So he didn't know nothing about Charisse. He just a shock, like, what the heck? And I know that's true because I remember somebody told me when they heard the phone call, and you guys can confirm that he was kind of like something when Charisse got on the phone. I think he didn't know or something like that. She made the whole interview weird. Well, I'm assuming it was weird because he didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Free Little Dirk, for sure. I've seen somebody said that in the chat. But, you know, absolutely. No. They're not saying Dirk didn't know it was live. Everybody knows Academics is live. He said he didn't know Charisse and Luce Cannon were recording him. He didn't know that part. He thought he was just on Academics' page. He didn't know they were sharing the content on their page. Because mind you, Luce and Charisse had acted like they had set up this meet that they had got Little Dirk. They act like they did. They act like they did. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah. As you guys can see, shake my head. Shake my head. Not good. Not good whatsoever. But, you know, that's what they do. You know, that's what happens. And, you know, that's just what it is. You said, what did you guys say? Vutundon, but Charisse wasn't supposed to be on the phone. Right, correct. Charisse was not supposed to be on the phone. He didn't know that was what was happening. So I don't know. Everybody records everything. That's one thing about Luce. He's gonna record everything. If you have a conversation with him, if you have anything, he's the one who taught me because he records everything. And just seeing how he moved over the time, like I said, and like I said, when I have IBM on here, you guys are going to get a lot more insight to kind of like what was happening. You guys are going to see like a lot what was happening with the robberies, the investigations, like how he got involved, how I got involved. Like you guys are going to really get an insight because obviously he was, IBM, a part of the IBM gang at one point in time. So, and let me just say the original call was not to do an interview. The original call was to apologize to me. So I do appreciate that, even though, I could told him it wasn't his fault or anything, but, yeah, so the original call, I asked him if he would be willing to come forward and talk about everything that, he went on, he experienced with Luce Cannon, everything behind the scenes, how he found out Luce Cannon was a fraud, how he found out, all this stuff. So I just want him to share because I'm not privy to that stuff, right? Because he's with his homeboys. Whether your girl is with her homegirls, or your dude is with his homeboys, you don't hear those conversations and hear what they say, behind your back or what's happening. So we are going to get an inside of like, what happened, what I'm saying, behind Luce Cannon and his homeboys and all that stuff. And, we're going to get an insight on that whole home invasion that I shared with you guys that I got dragged into. He also was dragged into that home invasion, which I was unaware of. So I didn't know that he was also, his house was raided and he was brought in for questioning and that. So he wasn't the only one. So he's going to share, what he went through on that, just kind of like everything. I don't believe none of the ish they be saying. I mean, I know most people are now seeing it now. They're now seeing it. But that's only because I'm providing receipts, proof, videos. Like when they were doing all this lying and all this setup, nobody was asking for proof or receipts. Like nobody was like, hey, let me see it. You remember that when, like I said, with that Nipsey Hussle phone call, how many times did he say it was going to be on the show? That was his whole ploy, was to get you guys to tune in to the Baddie and the Beast show. That was why he brought that up. He kept saying, oh, it's got to be on the show. It's got to be on the show. Remember we played the clip on the last live where he said that you gotta listen. He played a little bit of the fake FaceTime and was like, you gotta tune in. He said that on Academics when Charisse was in the ninja suit. So you could see his pattern, see his game. You know what I'm saying? You could see the plays that he puts together, the ploys. And believe it or not, like I've said before, he's very good at what he does. He is very good at the manipulation, at the playing people against each other, at the pretending, the play. Because a lot of people believe it. And it's hard not to because he's so good at what he does. And most people don't have the balls to come out and call him out on it. I'm the first one who has came out and spoke against Luce Cannon. But now I know there's other people who have came out and finally spoke up about him for sure. But like I said, nobody usually has came out and spoke against him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're going to share. I will go later tonight. We're going to go over some of the lies that he's told. He wrote for Bodak Yellow. He made Cardi B. He started her career. He was there when PNB Rock got killed, him and Charisse. Well, first it was him and Charisse. Then it was him and Big U. It was multiple people. But we're going to go talking about, all that good stuff. And so we can go over their lives. But the main one we want to talk about is the whole FaceTime video, because that was on the indictment, right? That famous FaceTime video that he never produced anything to because he said it was on the show, right? And so you guys know that he claimed that Big U sent a cease and desist to the Urban Flicks TV. That's what he was telling everybody, that he sent a cease and desist to Urban Flicks TV and all this stuff for the footage. And everybody was like, remember when everybody was saying that, Big U only sent the cease and desist to Urban Flicks and all that stuff for the footage because there's actual footage, right? That's what everybody was saying. Do you guys remember that in the chat? You remember that's what was being said, that Big U didn't want the footage to come out. That's why he sent the cease and desist to the network. Remember that? Remember when everybody was saying that, right? You guys remember that, when that's what he was saying. Okay. So I want to make it very, very, very clear. Okay. I want to make this super clear. So I wasn't aware that that was what was being said all this time, that Big U was sent a cease and desist to the network. I was not aware of that. So I'm going to share with you guys what happened. Okay. So as you guys know, as I told you, and you've seen some of the episodes, the fame thing has been going on before Charisse. So remember I shared with you guys that I did IBM and I paid for the logo. I shared, with you guys about that. So when I did that, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, even though I didn't get on here and blast Luce Cannon and Charisse, I'm the type of person I'm going to do something else to shut you down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a violent person. I'm a methodical person. So I'm thinking like, okay, they're going around implicating me in a murder. So how am I going to shut this down? So what I did is I noticed when they were filming Batty and the Beast, I noticed that a lot of their film was in the house that me and Luce Cannon shared, right? Wait, huh? If you hate him, I don't understand. But anyways, in the house that we shared. So I saw that like they did some behind the scenes, and I seen that behind the scenes, Luce Cannon and Charisse was using the videographer that I had hired for my baby shower and prior little like scenes for the IBM show that he wanted to shoot. So I contacted the videographer and I asked him, hey, did you shoot, are you shooting for the show? And he's like, yes, I've shot a lot of footage. I shot footage of Luce Cannon with Black China in Miami, New York at the studio. And then I shot the footage with Drakeo in the studio and stuff like that. And they're using that in the show. And he was, shot some scenes at our house in Riverside. So I was like, okay, I'm like, well, when did he do this? Like, when did he pay you for this? And he was like, I didn't pay for, Kenan hasn't paid me anything. He's been telling me he's going to send me money. And he's like, I'm going to send, Kenan was like, I'm going to pay you. And he's like, don't worry about it. Like the show's going to blow up. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, hey, how much does he owe you? So he's like, he owes me $1,500. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, how about this? I said, how about I pay you and then you sign over all the rights to all the footage to me. So he was like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you want your money, right? I'm the one who hired you originally. I paid you for what you shot. He continued to use you, but didn't pay you. The footage is still yours. So I paid him the $1,500 and I purchased the footage. So after I purchased all the footage from Drakeo and all that stuff, I sent a cease and desist to Urban Flicks, and I let them know if they post any of the footage that I will file a lawsuit. Which I sent out a cease and desist to Charisse. I sent it to Luce Cannon, and I sent it to Urban Flicks. So just to clear that up, Big U did not send a cease and desist to Urban Flicks. I did for any footage. Okay, just to be clear. He sent a cease and desist for defamation, two different things. So footage, I sent a cease and desist for footage. So anything with footage was pertaining to me. Just so you guys know. So I just want to clear that up really quick so you guys, damn, I own everything. No, not everything, but I did purchase the footage because Luce Cannon didn't pay the dude. He kept telling him he didn't have the money yet. So I purchased it because they were implicating me in a robbery on the show. They were literally going to post that on the show. And so when I found that out on the trailer, that I had literally sent, that's when I sent the cease and desist. After the first episode aired, when they did that, I sent the cease and desist. So just so you know. Let me see what else. So yeah, anyways, I wanted to clear that up just so you guys know. The Urban Flicks cease and desist came from me. I'm the one who talked about footage because I own the footage. And so that's the reason why. Point blank, period. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Said he's not the real Luce Cannon who did all the music. No, he's not the real Luce Cannon who did all the music. You can go to Street TV. He did a big piece. He's friends with the real Luce Cannon. The real Luce Cannon is from New York, and he's like older, and those are all his accolades. But Tremaine Ashley Williams just decided to take credit for all his accolades, and just kind of took over his identity. I know that the real Luce Cannon said he's like suffered behind this because he stole his whole name and like. Can you imagine somebody stealing your name and creating a whole identity and now like this is what's happened with your name? It's insane. It's like all over the place. So yeah, it's crazy. Luce and Gel, if you wanted to cut ties with Luce, you could, but you clout chasing. Okay, let's talk about that. I know you guys don't know me, but I've been and had social media. The only thing I didn't have was YouTube. So if you go to my Instagram, which I've said before, Luce and Charisse do not touch the numbers on Instagram that I touched. I've been monetized. Let's just get that straight there. So they've not even hit, not one video has hit even 500,000 views. Just one video alone of just like my highest on my Instagram was 6.1 million. So we could stop with that. I don't need to have clout off people who don't have clout. Like, they're not hitting millions of views. So you guys can stop with that false narrative. Let's just be clear. And also, if it was about like money or trying to be, get this money from these rich people, I would have just filed for child support. As Charisse just told you out of her own mouth that I did not file for child support. So there goes that answer. Let's see what else. Gigi been good. Oh, thank you. Oh, Michael, yes, please let these people know. They don't know who I am. So, y'all, when people don't know, but I don't have any problem with people coming in here and asking questions or whatever. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll answer anybody who wants to know anything. Like, it don't bother me because I'll answer. Because, I know you don't know who I am, but they don't call me Big Gigi for nothing. Like, I've been a boss before Cannon. Before Cannon, I had foreigns, I had Porsches. Like, you got to ask about me. You can ask around. Ask them about Bella Chanel. Go ahead and ask OT Genesis, AD, ask people who are in the industry, because as I said, like, how do you think Cannon even met any of these people? How do you think he even touched any of these rooms? It definitely because they knew him. So there you go there. I'm going to answer a couple of more questions. You guys have a lot of questions so fast. Oh my God, who's getting into the chat? People are getting into it. You guys be nice to each other. I don't know why we're getting in. You called, huh? I did. Whoa, wait a minute. You said I called 600 a rat? Wait, what? No, I've never called anyone a rat. I don't know where that came from, but I have not. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but I don't even know 600, so I don't know where that came from. Gigi running circles around those nitwits. Listen, like I said, I want to make this clear. You guys can't come over here with all that outside noise because I don't know any of these people you're talking about. My one goal, as I said from the beginning, is to expose Luce Cannon and Charisse Mills for the liars, manipulators, and frauds that they are, because they continue to lie on my child and myself. That's it. Anything else, I'm not involved. So don't talk to me about somebody else's beef that has nothing to do with me. I don't know these people. So I'm not getting involved in beef that I don't know about. That would be insane and crazy. I'm not even from LA. So I really am the last person to be talking about some type of stuff. I'm only speaking on stuff that I know about for a fact. That's it. Now, like I said, if you guys want to, I'm open to talking about other stuff like we have with receipts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be speaking on stuff that I was not involved in. All this pertains to what my life, Gigi's life. So that's all I can speak on. I can't speak on stuff that has nothing to do with me. I don't know those people or anything like that. So I'm not about to be, doing all that. So I think he's saying, oh, big you, not you. Oh, okay, big you. Oh, I thought he said me. I was like, me? Are you begging for $90 if you were so rich. $90. Oh, you're talking about for $75 when I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about from the episode when I circled where Luce Cannon sent me $75? Ben Mark, is that what you're talking about? So let me say, I was absolutely begging my husband for money because I had just had his child. I had a C-section and he had took all the money out of the safe while I was in the hospital having his child. He left the hospital after our daughter was born, because you're in the hospital for a couple of days when you have a C-section, you know what I'm saying? And he took the money out of the safe, unbeknownst to me. So when I get back home, the money is gone. Who else am I begging for money? He's my husband. Like, what? I have his child. So to answer your question, I was begging for anything for him to give me, because how was I going to feed the kid? Am I supposed to just let her starve to death? Like, are you okay? Like, how am I going to get diapers? How am I going to take care of the child? Like, what? Gigi, where is Luce's brother? Luce's brother is in jail as well. He's been in jail for a little bit now. His twin brother, which brother are you talking about though? Because you know Luce has more than one brother. Luce has a twin brother, and then he has 3 other brothers that are not twins, that are just regular brothers. So you got to be specific, because he has multiple brothers. He just has a twin, obviously, but he has multiple brothers. I watched the interview you did with academics, and the line of questions he was asking, he was trying to get you caught up. And I'm sure WAC put him up to the line of questions to ask you. Again, as you guys can see, I'm an open book. I've kept it real about everything, my flaws, what I did wrong, my part in it, what I did. Like, I mean, nobody can trip me up. And the only reason why I think everybody is so upset with me that I'm not phased off anything is because you can only be phased when you're lying or you're making up stuff. When you're telling the truth, you can't get caught up in anything. You can't get tripped up. That's why none of that phases me, or that's why I can't get caught up in anything. I think you guys are just so used to content creators that come out because they're making up stuff for content, or they're doing this or doing that. I don't have that problem because I don't make stuff up. So nobody can catch me up. I've decided to share my life on my on YouTube. I've been sharing it on Instagram, like I said, which is why I have so many, so much over there. I get so many video views over there. But I've decided to expand it to YouTube. So I didn't just start this. You guys are just hearing about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you guys can ask me whatever you want. So I'm an open book. Like I said, I chose to share my life. I knew what was going to come with it. And again, nothing was going to stop me from exposing 2 people who publicly lied and bashed my child. So there, we got that there. The twin. Yes, his twin is in jail. That is true. Yes, his twin is in jail. The truth stands by itself and doesn't need confirmation. Let me put that up there so people can understand. Yeah, exactly. I don't, like I said, I don't need, you know what I'm saying? I don't need it. I want to know if there is another Luce Cannon from Brooklyn that is a known producer. Yes, there is. The real Luce Cannon is from Brooklyn. He is a known producer. Termaine Ashley Williams took on the name Luce Cannon and started taking credit for his accolades, which wasn't hard because everybody believed it, right? Everybody believed it at one point. So Charisse is a pathological liar and Luce is a habitual liar. That's why they mesh so well. They both have mental issues, which is exactly why I decided to put my life out there on blast. And like I said, there's so many people affected by these 2 behind closed doors. And I understand, when you're manipulated and lied to, it puts you in a dark place, especially when you have a child with that person. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're not ready to come out and share. And sometimes, Luce Cannon has people thinking he's the boogeyman, he's the devil, he's a demon, and he kills people and does this and that, or whatever he's said. So some people have been scared. Like I got a phone call from another person, his manager, which you guys all saw in one of the episodes, Rick Aaron. He did call to apologize for, the part he played in the Black China scam and things like that. I do appreciate that. But some people just are scared to come forward, and he said he was scared. So that's understandable. And I'm not judging anybody. So like I told him and, the IBM, I'm not judging them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect them to jump in when, me going through the beatings, but I appreciate the IBM dude able to come forward to maybe better express why I stayed, because he was there. He lived with us. So he was able to see what I was going through. And then maybe you guys can understand, like, it wasn't that easy to just jump up and leave when you give a man that much control over your life because you think you're doing the right thing and you're letting your man lead. But when you're letting the wrong man lead, you put yourself in a very bad position. And that was the position I was in. So does Lucy's family deal with the new baby boy? No, they do not. But it is not because of they don't want to. Luce's family is just not going to participate with the lies because obviously my daughter there's their family. They don't look at like how Charisse feels her son is the end all be all and doesn't acknowledge his other kids. Their family doesn't, his family don't play that. So they're not about to go sit next to a woman who is denying her grandchild or their cousin or their niece or nephew. That's, I mean, that would make them just as wrong, right? So yeah, there's that. Charisse, when a man does something to a woman he used to be with, he will do it to you. Listen to the red flags warnings. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a pattern. It's a pattern of abuse, manipulation, and lies. And like I said, the IBM dude, when it's a difference when you're lying on your wife, your girlfriend, your baby mama. It's even worse when it's your child. But, as we can see, these IBM dudes that run around behind Luce Cannon and the Floccos and everybody else, they genuinely really love this man for whatever reason, even though they really don't know him. He has that power over people. And this is somebody who's coming forward to say, hey, it is all cap. It's lies. And let me tell you how, and go into all the details of how he's setting up his own homeboys. Now, when you setting up your own homeboys for robbery charges, it's okay. Yeah, he set me up, involved me into the robbery, but your homeboy too, knowing he's got a son to raise and stuff like that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, anybody who deals with him is eventually going to find out. As I've told you guys in the episodes, the gang changes. So the players change. Only Cannon knows the game. Nobody else knows. You don't even realize you're in his game until it's too late. Everybody deals with Cannon. Anybody that Cannon deals with, there's a reason why he's dealing with you. There's a reason. And, like I said, it was some very deep, interesting stuff that even I didn't know, obviously, because I wasn't around. But you guys are going to want to tune in for that interview because it is going to blow your socks off. And, I definitely want to put a warning out to Charisse. You definitely played, there was a lot of stuff about Luce Cannon that I'm definitely sure you did not know about. And, I definitely was sad to hear, what was happening behind your back because that was just foul. So I definitely don't condone that. But, maybe by me bringing it out and exposing it, it will maybe help you get your head in the game to save that beautiful baby boy that you have from going through the pain and torture that you put my daughter through. So, hopefully, he has charisma and the way he speaks. You should have known admitting to things you have done illegal across the WW is insane. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I understood why he was, making up the stories because he wanted to be famous and he wanted to be viral. So his stories got more like crazier and crazier. But I think Cannon knows people very well. And he knows the average of us are lazy, right? We're not going to go do research. He knows that podcasters and Adam 22, they're not going to go and look it up. They're not going to go and double check and see or say, hey, send me a picture of you and Shawnee O'Neal, or you sitting at the table at PNB. They're not going to ask for that. And Cannon knows that. So he knew that he was going to be able to get away with it. He has 4 baby moms and you're not the first. Cut it out. You really? No, I'm not the first. He has 4 babies' mothers. I'm definitely not the first. That's absolutely true. I've said that a million times. Yes, please, you guys share, like, subscribe, get this video out. I'm trying to answer the questions. Absolutely answer everybody's questions. There's so many. Charisse is truly mentally ill. To sit there and just lie for no rhyme or reason just to hear yourself is some sick, wicked mess. And, in her defense, maybe she has a reason. I'm not sure what the reason is why she would lie on knowing that that's his child. I really don't know. I honestly could not tell you. But what I can say is Luce is very manipulative. Maybe we see grown men going hard for Cannon. You guys all heard IBM hoodlum sit here and come in here and do all these threats and try to fight me. And I'm a woman. like all behind Luce Cannon. So can you imagine the headlock that he's got her in? You know what I mean? She just, but again, she enjoys it clearly because I mean, it's all out there now, right? The truth is out there, and she's still going hard for her man until now. So she's texting people saying, you know, I'm in hot water, like blah, blah, blah. But you knew, and you continue to do it, you know? And like I said, I'm just asking for an apology to my daughter because she went on that tour and she wasn't crying. She was literally doing what you guys just saw. All that big back energy, you know, she had when lying about my child, that big back energy needs to be the same with an apology on that same world tour that she went on. So yeah, we need to do that. No disrespect, but I'm so glad that you're not going on no jumper show to work out. No, yeah, me, no. And like I said, the reason why, and like I said, Adam 22 was not disrespectful to me. Everybody's entitled to feel the way they feel. His loyalty is to Luce Cannon. I cannot, you know, I'm not about to disrespect him because his loyalty is to Luce Cannon. My only question was, how are you loyal to somebody you don't know? I can only assume it's money, right? So you got to respect somebody's decision. So, you know, it is what it is. No problem. Like I said, I'll build my channel from the ground up. And there you go. How are you going to grow your channel besides Luce and Charisse? I like your channel, but not them to be the subject matter every time you post. This will get old and it will make you look bitter. Okay, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to answer that question. I don't know what you guys consider bitter, but I made it very clear what my goal was. I've made it very clear what my goal was. Very, very clear. So if you rock with me, cool. If you don't, I respect it. But this is my goal. Now, what's going to happen after that? I cannot say. I cannot tell you right now. This is solely based on two people who have violated my child. So that's what this is about, exposing the two. Now, what's going to happen after that? I cannot say. I'm still making the episodes. When I drop the last episodes, I don't know. I might do a talk show. I don't know. Who's to say? I think you can help a lot of abused women. I definitely want to do that, which, like I said, I put my email on every video. If any woman who wants to get out or needs help finding resources, like I said, I'm no, you know, Oprah Winfrey, but I definitely will do whatever I can to help a man, woman, anybody who's in a situation that they're, you know, can't get out of, scared to leave, don't know where to look or start. I'm so open to helping anybody in that position, man, woman, it doesn't matter to me. So definitely, you know, email me. And like I said, I will help in any way that I can, for sure. You're doing very well on your own. You're the algorithm. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. Your content is an inspiration to others. Women who have gone through what you have. And like I said, that's my goal. Like, I'm not here. And like I said, if you're here on my channel to, you know, sit here and hear me talk about, you know, and call people names and call men names or go back and forth, like, that's just not my style. That's not the one. I don't do that in real life. So I'm not going to do that on the internet. So if that's something you're looking for, I would go to, like, you know, I don't know, one of those channels where they do that whole like ghetto mess. That's not what I'm about. So if I do anything outside of once I'm done with my mission, it definitely wouldn't be that. So this would not be the channel for you if that's what you're looking for. Literally, it would not. So yeah, definitely not me. I'm not about to sit up there and argue and do that back and forth, the screaming matches and all that stuff. Like, I'm not doing that. If anything, I would build my platform to give other people a voice on smaller platforms who the big platforms don't care about. Stuff that's more important. You know what I'm saying? Like domestic violence, or, you know, a mother keeping the father from his children. You know, it's stuff like that. You know, somebody's child's missing or out there. Like, I would do stuff like that. That's just not me, and I'm more, you know, what I'm about. So if that's a channel you're looking for, definitely not what I'm about. As you guys could tell, I'm, like I said from the beginning, I'm not a rah-rah person. I'm not a violent person. That just doesn't rock me. And as I said multiple times, I'm not doing this for money. I live a very good life. So this is not about money for me. So I don't need to make content. I'm literally doing this for one purpose. And if God sees fit for me to, you know, take it somewhere else, then so be it. But I really appreciate you guys. Not Gigi only sharing your truth. She has grace, mercy, character, empathy, courage, compassion, longevity, and thriving. I appreciate that, Kimberly, very much. And like I said, I've never played victim. I've shared with you guys everything. I've been so vulnerable with you guys. And like I said, this is my life we're talking about. So, you know, nobody can judge me more than I've already judged myself. So there's nothing anybody could say to make me feel low and worthy. I've already went through all that. You know what I mean? So, but that's why I decided to come forward because, like I said, I wish I would have had I wish I would have had an outlet to kind of help me when I was in the darkest place of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to the internet, you're searching for stuff. There's not much. So, you know, and some people don't have big older sisters or, you know, family members or whatever to come to, you know, talk about these things. So I think that was the reason why once I, you know, was healed and I'm mentally strong and I'm physically strong, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, now is the time. You know what I'm saying? You can go harder. Cause like I said, if you go to my Instagram, I've been sharing my story. It's not just, it just didn't start now. I'm just now sharing it on YouTube. I do have an email. It is in, it's on every video. If you guys see, if you go in the description, my email is always there. My moderator shares it in the chat as well. So like I said, that's crazy part is these women are in their 40s going through this. Yeah, it's crazy. You never think that you're going to go through this at 40. I definitely was not prepared to go through this at 40. And well, I'm 42. I'm 42 now, but because I had a birthday in March, but I definitely didn't plan it. It's not like you plan to go through stuff. It's not like you plan to be with a man who beats you. It's not like you plan to stay. It's not like you plan, you know, it's not, these are not things you plan. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. Like it literally just happens. It's not like that's something you think about like, hey, I want to be in this situation, but man, life be lifing, y'all. Life be lifing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Share, like, subscribe this video. Please, I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate everybody, you know, tuning in. We definitely got episode 3 dropping. We definitely have that special guest coming up. So put your notifications on so you are getting the notifications every time we go live. So, you know, every time a video drops, a trailer drops, because you don't want to miss anything until we can power through this tour of justice for legacy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely put on your notifications. You want to absolutely put on your notifications for this one, okay? I will see you guys later. I love you guys all. There is the email right there. And I appreciate too who sent the $5 through Cash App. Hold on, let me get your name because I want to give you a shout out. Absolutely before I get off. That is super important because I appreciate anybody who is doing that. Hold on one second before. Isaiah, appreciate the Cash App. Really, really appreciate it. Pearl appreciates it. So I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you, Queen Harlem, 806 new subscribers. Share, like, subscribe. All of my new subscribers, please go watch my videos, my trailers, share them. We've got episode 3 dropping soon. You do not want to miss it. Turn on your notifications so you guys can be ready for whenever I go live. And I don't have like specific times. I'm random because some people, you know, I'll go live in the morning. I'll go live in the afternoon. So turn on your notifications. Okay. All right, y'all. Big Gigi's out.